Hello viewers and welcome back to Chronos, the official server of the Modyssey mod pack. Today we're going to look around my base. It's not much, but the little that it is, I really like how it is so far. Using the chisel mod, I've been able to get some very interesting blocks. And let me see if I can turn off these waypoints temporarily. I did rename this biome, and by this biome I mean, let me zoom into the map here, the light green that I'm next to but not on right here. That is called bRanN's Plateau, and I'm naming that after myself, of course, because this is where my base is located. So if you look at the, hold on. I mentioned I was going to turn these off. Let's just turn those off for now. This is just dirt. You can tell when I walk on it. And this is just cobblestone. And then the lightly colored ones are limestone. If you look under the map, the Wayla mod is kind of telling us what those items are. And yeah, I have that in another location. I'm kind of trying to get my HUD all laid out the way I want. And I'm thinking of even using a couple different client-side mods to display it yet another way. However, I'm going to mess with that after ADuelGet is done tinking with things. He's making, I don't want to say a lot of changes, but he's making some larger changes than he has before in the past. So I don't want to make a whole bunch of changes on my end that I'm going to have to make again. Because I use the Tekkit to get this so that I don't have to update it. So, last episode I said we'd spend some time looking at my base. And so that's what I want to do. This is just glowstone, but it looks really, really interesting, I think. We can take this, and we can take the chisel. We can take the chisel, and we can take the chisel. Let me find the chisel. And we can craft the chisel. I honestly don't know where it went. And you right-click on it, and you pop the block in here. And just look at all the amazing variations you have. This one looks kind of cool. Let's see. That one looks interesting. Let's try one more. One more. Why won't you go in there? I think I did something bad. There we go. Let's try this one. Because I'm not going to be able to pick these back up. I don't have silk touch, nothing. So let's just put them in the front here. This one looks kind of like an actual organic growth. This one looks almost like a gold block or something, or you'd line your who knows what with. Ooh, that one looks very futuristic, very high-tech. But I like these ones because they look like they got a wicker weave on it, and it kind of matches the fence post. The acacia fence post. Is that what that is, or is it just a regular fence? Hit. Just fence. The acacia wood must not have its own fence, because I'm sure that's what I use, because that's the only wood in the area. So here is my crazy Tinker's Construct forge. And currently there's some blood in there. I'm not sure how. Honestly, it's dark in there. Maybe something spawned in there and then died. That's very plausible. But something I'm doing with the metals, you can put them in these tanks, and it will hold them, and you can break them, and it doesn't forget what's in there. And so, whoa, that was weird. I shift-clicked it, and it kind of froze. Let's try that again. No, that seems to be fine. What's weird to me is these ones stacked, and they're both tin, and they're both full. But this one, this iron is 4,000, and this iron is 4,000. They don't want to stack, and that's kind of weird to me. But I got these, and the idea is that I can lay them out and just use them for, can I place it in front? I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, so it doesn't matter. Like this, and then honestly, if I wanted to cast something, let's pop this over here. I believe I have an extra little guy right like so. What is this, by the way? Molten copper. Let's just make an ingot as a for example. So just as if I was making it in here, it's already been melted. The work's already been done. And I can still pour it into things. Now, I don't know if I were to stack 2, if it would slowly fill up. Although I could test that. Let's do a little testing just for fun. Here is a tin, and here's a tin. And this one's not full. So if we put that one on the bottom and this one on the top, it does not filter through. Now, as an alternative, we could take the open blocks tank. I was going to run down there to show you, but let me see if I can craft one real quick. I say quick, but it's not really going to be quick because I don't have the materials necessary. So I'm going to have to gather those real quick, right? Yeah, it's not quick. It's obsidian. It's not quick. And so for the low cost of 4 obsidian and some glass panes, which I need more than what I have there, so 5 glass panes, we can have a tank from open blocks. Now, oh gosh, I don't like that. And daytime. I just feel safer if it's daytime. So I just slept in the bed real quick. So the tank from open blocks. Let's put it next to the iron. You see that this can hold 4,000, and this can hold much more. So I can take something like this and fill that up. And iron is the one that I have the most of. So here's molten iron. That's tin, tin. Here's iron. And those are empty. And the thing, oh my gosh, it's taking forever. And the thing about the open blocks is if you make another tank and place it next to it, it just becomes a larger tank. And that actually does look really cool. The reason I was going with these is because I like the way they look. I made a couple of these, but they didn't really feel like tanks. I mean, yeah, they're tanks. And maybe they look fine along a wall. But I just thought these looked a lot cooler. I'm just placing them everywhere. And I thought the open block ones looked kind of goofy. But honestly, with the liquid in them, they don't look that bad, actually. They look pretty cool. And they hold a lot more. So I'm actually regretting making all these. That looks so awesome. So plan 1, well, let's not number them because I don't know the order that I'm going to do it. But let's call this floor 1. Floor 1, I want to be Tinker's Construct. And I think I'll have these laid out up here. And if I keep hearing random explosions, I might switch these blocks out with something stronger. Just because they look cool, they look brick, they look strong. But the fact that it's dirt means the blast resistance is not there. Eventually, I want this door gone. And I want some elevator blocks. So with an elevator block, I could go to the top. And I could go to the bottom. For now, we got the ladder. So floor 1 is Tinker's Construct. And if I can have these along the wall, with the most common materials that I'm going to actually use, then that would be cool. And it just kind of waves up and down. I really like the way that looks. I think if we get a bunch lined out, that's going to look really cool. Going down, first we have the temporary bedroom. And then we have this mess. Now this was what I started to build as like a library. And I was going to do real simple. Here's enchanting, here's Darkcraft, and then I just kind of place this here for now temporarily. Here's a Darkcraft chest, which, ow, stop it. I don't think I'm going to use, and it's a silly reason. I just don't like the way they look. I kind of don't like the way this looks either. But this can let me do things that I'm not going to be able to otherwise do. For the most part, I won't be using Darkcraft. At the risk of hurting anyone's feelings, I feel like it's a very cheaty mod. It lets you do a lot of incredible things that I think are crazy. Now, in this mod pack, some of those crazy things are probably fair. Because some of the mobs are, oh my gosh. But anyway, enough on that. There's Darkcraft items that I do need, and we're going to have a lot of cross-mod. Well, I don't want to say a lot. There will be at least some things where you need one mod to get this item, and then you'll go over and you'll need this mod to do that. At least that's the idea that I've been pitching to ADuelGet, because it kind of links them together. It makes it all unified. Here's my experience that I've just been slowly storing up. It's almost filled the 2 tanks. And here is the start of me trying to organize this mess of all these items. And you'll also notice when I mouse over, a lot of these things now have aspects. I've been scanning many, many more things. But this is not what I have in mind. I don't know if I'm going to... Maybe I'll just leave this here and go down further and build what I have in mind. But what I have in mind is a giant underground library. Now, I say that, and I picture it, but I don't know if I can build it. But one thing... Where's my parts? One thing that I wanted to do, if I was going to be so crazy as to attempt this, is to first build a hammer. And the reason is because a hammer lets us, it's like a pick, except it does 3x3. And these aren't the optimum materials by any means, but I just want it for the purposes of helping me dig out some stuff. Now, most of you probably already know what this does, but for those of you that, ouch, aren't aware, I need to quit walking on that. Bam. It's just a way to take out a lot of blocks a lot faster. And you can upgrade them so that they are a lot better than this one. Let's see. Put some of this stuff away. That's my plan. That's what I want to work on today. I'm going to try to dig out the very basic shape of what I have in my brain, and we'll see how that translates. I'll catch you in just a few seconds for you, and maybe a few days for me. Probably a few hours, honestly, but I don't usually play all at once, so we'll see. Actually, you won't see. I won't tell you. I'll just say, and we're back! And I'm back, just like I said I would say. Not even a second ago. I want to start by showing you this. I made a battle axe, and the battle axe is amazing. Oh, you know what? I'd even look around for creepers. Last time I came out here, there was a mana creeper, or as I would prefer to pronounce it, mana creeper. And as you know, they only take away your magic. Oh, yeah, there's that. Let's talk about that here in a second. They take away your magic, and it's not a big deal for me since I have not currently delved into Ars Magica. So I do not have magic to be taken. So, bleh, nah. So the problem with this battle axe is that for these trees in particular, it leaves you with this. Aha, zombie. Quiet. Ow. That hurt me. Why'd that hurt me? It must have thorns. Achievement Slayer, yay! I'm sure I've already earned that. To help me out here, I went ahead and made a scythe. And this does a 3x3x3 for leaves, if you're not familiar, associated with such a wonderful tool. And then I've been slowly cleaning up the leaves, or all the loose logs. But honestly, for the most part, it ain't no thing. Ah, can't reach. Then it's a simple matter of replanting all the saplings that I get from using the scythe. And voila, they grow again. Yeah, I need a lot of wood. And we'll show you that in a moment. This is a spider. Now, if I look away, it disappears. And that has something to do with the way Minecraft renders things. When you're not looking at them, they disappear. And apparently the actual spider is somewhere here. But what it's doing is it's I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what it's doing. I'm kind of nervous. And I think it's slowly getting closer. And I kind of wish I could get a full shot. But as soon as I get too far back, it disappears. And I can't quite look up at it. Boom. That won't be a good thumbnail because the sky's all dark. It's kind of creepy, though. And by kind of creepy, I mean like really super creepy. I'm afraid it's going to try to kill me. But I haven't just been chopping wood, as my inventory would seem to suggest. I can't find the ladder. I have been busy. Me and the hammer have been busy. In this room. And yes, it does not look like much right now. I have been making bookshelves. And I think I mentioned it before. Not sure if I did. I want to make a library. In this game, there are a lot of books in this mod pack. Cheesy jokes. Let me hide that real quick. Marlon Wayans defeats Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fun facts. And there's a lot of them. And this should hold more than all of them. For sure. But I like the idea, the feel, of just this really long bookshelf. And this isn't quite what I had pictured in my mind, but I think it's still going to look pretty awesome. So what I did was, I have this platform, and I fully plan on popping an elevator here as soon as I can find and kill an Enderman and get their pearl. And this is going to be perfect for Thaumcraft stuff, right? Because it's library, lots of wood. We'll get some of the lanterns. I didn't mean to double click that. Lantern. Somebody tell me how to spell lantern. No, I think I have it only showing, yeah, limited. That's why. So we double click this, it'll show everything. And then we can, yeah, so we got these golden lanterns, and we have some stuff from Project Illumination. We also have a chandelier from Open Blocks. Somewhere in here, maybe, perhaps. Maybe it's not Open Blocks, it's something else. I can't recall the name of it right now. But there's a chandelier, and there is something called the Magnum Torch. It takes a lot of diamonds, but it makes it so mobs can't spawn within a certain radius. If we go over here It's just crazy, right? And somewhere here is... I'm looking for it. There's one of those unbreakable dungeons. I can't recall where it is, but it's over here, and so there's stuff spawning inside that unbreakable dungeon, and I can't get into it yet. I haven't found the entrance. But I figure if I place one of those, make everything within 64 blocks not spawn, maybe that'll at least stop them from spawning if I can't find the way in there. This I thought would be perfect for my Thaumcraft jars. There are 48 aspects in total if I calculated it right, so this will hold 1 jar of each, and then some kind of something in the center that wants to feed off of those aspects. I'm not sure the range that it operates. Hopefully it can reach from up here. That's my current plans. And maybe the research desk and some other book things. We'll look a lot into Bibliocraft for stuff to decorate around this area. I kind of pictured a reception desk and an area where there's just tables and chairs for people to sit at and read, and rows and rows and rows of bookshelves in multiple different directions. That's a little too ambitious. So we're just going to stick with this. It was kind of fun breaking out these walls. Let's see if I can make it happen. Because as you're doing this, there's random silverfish blocks. Ooh, redstone. And so you break it, and then all of a sudden you hit a vein of them, and you'll have like 6 silverfish all drop down and try to come and get you. But they're weak, and with this I can one-shot them, so it didn't matter. I also had a bucket of lava. I would just dump it on them. I'm excited about this. I'm going to keep working on it. Next week's episode will not include this finished because I do not have crazy amounts of time, but hopefully I will have some progress on here, and then also we can go and explore in a different direction. Maybe we'll try for the Nether again, because that way I can get some of the better materials, and we can perhaps get some better weapons. And maybe we can even get some stronger armor. I don't really have an enchanting setup yet, not much of one, but I do have an enchanting table. And we can go from there. I have some experience saved up in a couple tanks, nearly full. So we might be able to do something cool. I don't know. We'll have to take a look. But that's going to do it for this episode. So I do thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like. I would love to hear your comments. And if you haven't yet done so, please click subscribe. It's the best way to support me, and it's the #1 way to show that you enjoy me doing what I do. But as I mentioned, that will be it. This has been bRanN. I will see you next video. Have a great day.